Brace yourselves, East Coast. The deep freeze is coming, the temperatures are set to plummet, and the chill in the air will be unmistakable. Get ready for a blast of Arctic air, East Coast. This isn't just a minor dip in temperature, it's a significant drop that will affect daily life. A powerful cold front is about to unleash a wave of frigid temperatures across a large swath of the United States. This cold front is moving swiftly, bringing with it icy winds and heavy snowfall. This isn't just your average winter chill, we're talking about the kind of cold that makes you want to stay bundled up indoors. The kind of cold that bites at your skin and makes every breath feel like ice. From the Canadian border down to the Gulf Coast, millions will be feeling the effects of this Arctic outbreak. The cold will be pervasive, affecting both urban and rural areas alike. This is a major weather event, and it's important to be prepared. Stock up on essential supplies, ensure your heating systems are working, and have a plan in place for any emergencies. In the coming days, we'll break down exactly what to expect, where the coldest temperatures will hit, and how long this deep freeze is expected to last. We'll provide detailed forecasts and tips on how to stay warm and safe. Stay tuned to the Weather Channel for the most up-to-date information on this developing weather story. Our team of experts is working around the clock to bring you the latest updates. We'll be tracking the cold front every step of the way, providing you with the information you need to stay safe and informed. From live updates to expert analysis, we've got you covered. Make sure to follow our broadcasts and online updates for real-time information. Hold on to your hats, folks, because the Climate Prediction Center is painting a chilly picture for the eastern United States. We're not just talking about a few degrees below freezing. The mercury is expected to plummet to bone-chilling sub-zero temperatures in many areas. Imagine stepping outside and feeling the air instantly bite at any exposed skin. That's the reality for millions as this Arctic blast takes hold. From New England to the Midwest and down into the South, this cold snap will be felt far and wide. This level of cold can be dangerous, especially for those who are particularly vulnerable to extreme temperatures. Stay tuned as we discuss the importance of staying warm and protecting yourself from the cold. This Arctic outbreak isn't picking favorites. Over 30 states are expected to experience sub-zero temperatures at some point during this cold snap. That means millions of Americans from all walks of life will be bundled up in their warmest winter gear. The Northeast, from Maine down to New York City, will be right in the crosshairs of this frigid air mass. Temperatures in this region could be 20 to 30 degrees below average for this time of year. But it's not just the Northeast that needs to be prepared. The cold air will push deep into the South, bringing a taste of winter to areas that typically enjoy milder temperatures. Even states like Mississippi and Alabama could see temperatures dip below freezing. Along with the bone-chilling temperatures, this Arctic outbreak also has the potential to bring snow to parts of the East Coast. As the cold air collides with warmer, moisture-laden air, we could see snow squalls and even more significant snowstorms develop. The areas most likely to see snow accumulations are those along the coast, where the contrast between the cold air and the relatively warmer ocean water is greatest. However, it's too early to say for certain where and how much snow will fall. One thing's for sure, this cold outbreak has the potential to create some hazardous travel conditions. If you're planning to be on the roads during this time, be sure to check the latest weather forecasts and road conditions before you head out. Section 5. Unlocking the secrets of the polar vortex. So, what's driving this blast of Arctic air? Why are we experiencing such extreme cold temperatures that seem to come out of nowhere? It all comes down to a meteorological phenomenon known as the polar vortex. This isn't just a fancy term, it's a crucial part of our planet's climate system. Now, before you imagine a giant swirling tornado of cold air, let me explain. The polar vortex is not a single storm, but a large-scale circulation of winds high up in the stratosphere. The polar vortex is a large area of low pressure and cold air that typically sits over the North Pole. It acts like a barrier, keeping the coldest air confined to the Arctic region. It's like a giant refrigerator keeping the coldest air locked up in the Arctic. Just as a refrigerator keeps your food cold, the polar vortex keeps the Arctic air in place. However, sometimes this polar vortex weakens, allowing lobes of frigid air to break off and spill southward. This can happen due to various factors, including changes in atmospheric pressure and temperature. And that's exactly what's happening now. The polar vortex has weakened, and as a result, a mass of Arctic air has been able to escape its usual confines. A weakened polar vortex has allowed this mass of Arctic air to escape its usual confines and head straight for the east coast. This is why we're experiencing such a dramatic drop in temperatures. Think of it like leaving the refrigerator door open. The cold air escapes and chills the entire room. In this analogy, the room represents a large portion of the United States. In this case, the room is a large chunk of the United States, and the cold air is about to bring a serious case of the chills. This phenomenon can lead to extreme weather conditions, including heavy snowfall, ice storms, and dangerously low temperatures. As we brace for this Arctic blast, it's important to understand the science behind it. The polar vortex is a natural part of our climate system, but its impacts can be severe. So bundle up and stay warm as we navigate through this icy weather. Stay tuned for more updates on the polar vortex and how it will affect your area. Understanding these weather patterns can help us better prepare for the challenges they bring. Section 6. The Arctic Oscillation, a Tale of Two Patterns. This chapter delves into the fascinating interplay between two significant atmospheric phenomena that shape our weather in profound ways. The polar vortex doesn't act alone in this meteorological drama. It has a partner in crime, so to speak, that influences its behavior and, consequently, our weather patterns. Enter the Arctic Oscillation, another major player in our planet's atmospheric circulation. This oscillation is a crucial factor in determining the distribution of cold and warm air masses across the northern hemisphere. The Arctic Oscillation is basically a seesaw of atmospheric pressure patterns between the Arctic and the mid-latitudes. When one side of the seesaw goes up, the other comes down, creating a dynamic shift in weather conditions. When the Arctic Oscillation is in a positive phase, the polar vortex is strong and keeps the cold air bottled up in the north. This means milder winters for many regions in the mid-latitudes, as the cold air remains confined to the Arctic. However, when the Arctic Oscillation shifts to a negative phase, the polar vortex weakens, allowing Arctic air to surge southward. This shift can lead to dramatic changes in weather, bringing frigid temperatures and severe winter storms to areas that are usually more temperate. And guess what? We're currently in a negative Arctic Oscillation phase. This means that the polar vortex is not as strong as it usually is, and cold Arctic air is making its way down to lower latitudes. This negative Arctic Oscillation phase is like a green light for Arctic air to invade the lower latitudes. As a result, regions that typically enjoy milder winters are now bracing for an onslaught of cold air and potentially severe winter weather. It's the perfect recipe for the kind of cold outbreak we're about to experience. So, as you bundle up and prepare for the cold, remember that this is all part of the intricate dance between the polar vortex and the Arctic Oscillation, two patterns that play a crucial role in shaping our weather. Section 7. Preparing for the cold, stay safe and warm. With temperatures this low, it's crucial to take steps to stay safe and warm. Exposure to extreme cold can lead to hypothermia, a dangerous condition that occurs when your body temperature drops too low. Dress in layers, covering as much exposed skin as possible. Hats, gloves, scarves, and thick socks are your best friends in this kind of weather. If you have to be outside for extended periods, take breaks indoors to warm up. Don't forget about your pets. Bring them indoors and make sure they have a warm place to sleep. And remember, if you're using space heaters to stay warm, be sure to use them safely and responsibly to prevent fires. Section 8. Stay informed. Weather updates at your fingertips. As this Arctic outbreak unfolds, it's more important than ever to stay informed about the latest weather developments. The Weather Channel will be your constant companion, providing you with up-to-the-minute forecasts, warnings, and safety tips. Download the Weather Channel app to receive alerts on your phone, or tune into the Weather Channel on TV for in-depth coverage of this major weather event. We'll be tracking the cold front every step of the way, providing you with the information you need to make informed decisions. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to staying safe during extreme weather. Stay tuned to the Weather Channel and let us help you weather this Arctic blast.